Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the 5 a.m. challenge session from the series, and this is the day 8 and we are going to discuss most expected concepts and multiple choice questions from mathematics. Now this class is very useful for CTT aspirants because the maths questions are most expected not only for teacher recruitment exams like HSTR, CRISE, GPSTR, but also for CTET and Karnataka TET. So aspirants, please try to watch the class till the end and make sure that you understand all the concepts behind each question. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section, or if you are a paid class aspirant, you can ask in your paid batch telegram group. Of course, we will give you assignment questions in the end of the class, so that will make you become more perfect in the concepts which we will discuss in today's class. Also, we will give you the answers of the day 7 mathematics assignment questions at the end of the class. Okay, so let us start the class now. If you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe right now, and you can also join our telegram group and telegram channel to stay updated and to have interaction with us directly. And please share these classes with the other teacher recruitment exam aspirants. Let us help everyone so that they will get maximum benefit by watching our classes. Okay, so first question of today's class. The angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 3:5:7:9. What is the difference between the least and the greatest angles of the quadrilateral? So basically you should be knowing that the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral, we are talking about the interior angles. So sum of the interior angles of the quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D will be equal to 360 degree. Some angle is there for triangle also, right? So that you should write in the comment section what is the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. That answer you give in the comment section. Okay, so now we have to find out the difference between the biggest angle and the smallest angle from the given question, right? So let the four angles now be 3x, 5x, 7x and 9x. Why did we take this? Because they have given the ratio 3:5:7:9, right? So now what is the sum of the angles of the quadrilateral? We told that it is 360 degree. So you have to add these angles. So sum of these four angles of the quadrilateral will be equal to 360 degree. With this I can find out the value of x easily, right? So in the left hand side I will have 24x, right hand side I have 360 degree. So x will be equal to 360 by 24. So this should give me 6 4s are 24, 6 60s are, then 4 1s are 4, 4 5s are. So 15 degree. So I have x value 15 degree now. Now among this 3x, 5x, 7x and 9x, which is the greatest angle? The biggest angle is 9x, right? Which is the smallest angle? It is 3x. So as per the question we have to find the difference between the greatest angle and the least angle. So I have to find 9x minus 3x. That will be my final answer, right? Now we have x is equal to 15 degree. With this what will be my 3x? 3 into 15. So that one will be 45 degree. What will be 9x? 9 into 15. So that one will be 135 degree, right? So now I will just substitute 135 degree minus 45 degree. So this is going to be equal to 90 degree. So in the options you can see option 1 will be the correct answer, right? So they can ask any type of question with the given data. Here they are asking difference between the greatest angle and the least angle. They may also ask the sum of the greatest angle and the least angle, or they may ask the sum of the three angles, any three angles they may ask, anything they may ask with based on the given data. But the main procedure, the base of the question is first you have to find out x. Treat the ratio by assuming that there is one x with each angle, then do the sum, utilize the given data that it is a quadrilateral, so you have 360 degree in the right hand side because some of the angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. Once you reach to finding the value of x, after that based on the question you have to proceed. Till here it is same for all questions. Okay, clear, right? If this type of question where the ratio is given, you have to follow same procedure. Talking about quadrilaterals, we should understand that any geometrical figure with the four sides, we call it as a quadrilateral. But then there are many types of quadrilaterals like rhombus is there, trapezium is there, parallelogram is there, right? So all that comes under quadrilateral only. But one of the famous quadrilaterals is a parallelogram. So what is the speciality of the parallelogram? That the opposite sides, no, they will be parallel to each other, they will never meet. So that is one thing. And the opposite angles are equal, like here, no, this angle will be equal to this angle, like that only this angle will be equal to this angle. So this is the speciality of a parallelogram. And opposite sides will be equal, this side will be equal to this side, this side will be equal to this side. Okay. And one more most important point related to parallelogram is that the consecutive angles are supplementary. So if this is xy, this is PQ, x plus q will be equal to 180 degree, p plus y will be equal to 180 degree. So in case they ask any question based on parallelogram, you should be able to answer that question with the details which we have told you now. Okay, clear, right? Next, question number second. The perimeter of a triangle is 12 centimeter. If all the three sides have lengths in centimeter in integers, then how many such different triangles are possible? So what is the question here? They are telling that perimeter of a triangle is 12 centimeter. It will have three sides, right? A, B and C. So those three sides, you have to find out how many possible different triangles can be formed with perimeter 12 centimeter. So here you should understand few concepts about a triangle, that when you talk about a triangle, the sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. So here in this triangle, let us assume one rule here, like a plus b is greater than c. You can assume anything, you can assume this also, you can assume this also, but I am assuming that a plus b is greater than c. So till the end of the problem, this one we will keep in mind. Further, to make this question easy, let us also write this condition that a is less than or equal to b, b is less than or equal to c, which means that a is the smallest side in the triangle, B is the medium side or middle side, you can say. I will write medium now. In between it is. And C is the largest side. So this is the assumption we have made. Okay. Now, as per the question, A plus B plus C is equal to 12 centimeter. That is the perimeter. So with this we have A plus B is equal to 12 minus C, right? But then we also have A plus B is greater than C, right? So here I can write A plus B is greater than C. In place of A plus B, I will write 12 minus C from this, from 1. Okay. So this is greater than C, or 12 is greater than 2C, or with this 6 is greater than C, or C is less than 6. So another condition we have got now to make the possible triangles. So all these conditions should satisfy. First condition is that perimeter should be 12 centimeter. Second condition is that C should be less than 6. Third condition is that C should be the largest side. Right. So now you can easily make the triangles. Right. Now C is less than 6 means maximum value of C will be 5, right? So maximum it can be is a possible, maximum possible value of C is 5, right? So now I will write the possible values of ABC. Now C is, if it is 5, B can be 5 and A can be 2, right? Like that only, A can be 5 and B can be 2, right? C will be 5 only. Again I can go for further low value of C, like C I can put as 4. Then in that case this one will be 4 only, right? So with this this criteria will be satisfied. C can be smallest, A can be smallest or it can be equal to, right? B can be medium or it can be equal to other side. But C, it can be largest or equal to other side. It cannot be smallest. Further, if I go to value C is equal to 3, then that is not possible because the criteria will not get satisfied here, right? So now what are the possible triangles? These 3 combinations, right? So 3 triangles are possible with these values. So option 3 will be the correct answer here. Okay, so don't get confused. Try to understand that we have to fulfill the criteria. This was one criteria, this was another criteria, this was another criteria, right? So this is the criteria with this one. So keeping all these conditions should be satisfied, we have to make how many possible triangles here, right? You understand this point, right? So option 3. 3 such different triangles are possible here. Okay. Next, question number 3. A godown is in the shape of a cuboid whose length, breadth and height are 56 meter, 42 meter and 10 meter respectively. How many maximum cuboidal boxes, each measuring 2.8 meters into 2.5 meters into 70 centimeter, can be stored into the godown? So you have to understand the question here. They are telling that there is one big godown. Okay, this is the big godown. In this godown, how many such cuboidal box we can fit in that godown? They are telling. Okay, they are giving the dimension of the godown. Length is 56 meter. Then breadth is 42 meter. Height is 10 meter. Like that only they are giving the dimensions of the cuboidal box which should be put in the godown, right? So here they are telling that the 3 dimensions are 2.8, 2.5 and 70, right? So this one will be length, this one will be breadth, this one will be height. So in order to solve this problem, first thing which you should be knowing is the volume of a cuboid. So what is the volume of the cuboid? LBH, right? So that LBH you have to use here. So volume of the godown, it is equal to length into breadth into height. So substitute that values here, which will be 56 into 42 into 10, and what is the unit of volume? Meter cube, right? Like that only, what will be the volume of the box? That is also LBH only, right? So length into breadth into height. What is there in the dimensions? 2.8 meters into 2.5 meters into 70 centimeter is there. You have to be very careful. You have to convert it into meters because it is 1 centimeter is 1 by 100 meters. So that's why I directly converted in meters. So this one will become meter now. Okay, this you have to be very careful in conversion because units are different. No, every time units should be same in your calculation. This is a very important point. Okay. So now what will be the volume of godown in terms of how many boxes you have to write? See, now in order to find out how many number of boxes can be fit into the godown, you should understand that volume of godown will be equal to volume of one box into number of boxes. Correct, right? Like that only you will fit the box in the godown, right? So with this I can find out number of boxes, right? Because that is the question here. So with this number of boxes will be equal to volume of godown upon volume of one box. Correct, right? So just now I will have to substitute. We have calculated volume of go down, we have calculated volume of a box. So I'll just write it here, 56 into 42 into 10 in the numerator. In the denominator, 2.8 into 2.5 into 70 by 100, right? That 100 I will send here. Again decimal points are there, so I want to remove the headache of the decimal points. So what I will do, I will write into 10 in the numerator, and I will remove the decimal point here. That is how you convert decimal points, right? You just add one zero in the if it is there in the decimal is there in the denominator, you add 0 in the numerator. If decimal is there in the numerator, you add 0 in the denominator, depending upon how many digits are there. Here only one digit, right? So I added 10 and 10 there. So now let me cancel it easily. This 0 will get cancelled. Then what all will get cancelled? 7 ones are, 7 eights are, then 7 six are, 7 fours are, 4 ones are, 4 twos are, 25 ones are, 25 fours are. So 4 6 are 24. So I will have a 24 into 2. Here 2 also is there. 4 6 are 24 into 2. So I will have 4800. So this is number of boxes. So option 4 will be the correct answer here. Lengthy problem, right? Sometimes they ask lengthy problems also. But formula only one you have used to find out the volume for both, for go down and box. But then you should be understanding that this is how you find out volume of the go down relating to number of boxes, right? This is very simple thing. See, in the big go down, how many small boxes are you can fit? That one volume you find out. Then you multiply with how many number of boxes are there. That only you do, right? So that only we are done here. Okay, clear, right? Next, question number 4. The circumference of the base of a right circular cylinder is 528 centimeter and its height is 2 meter. What is the volume of the cylinder? So it is very simple thing. Directly you can just substitute and get the answer here. But you should know the volume of the cylinder formula, and you should also be knowing that the right circular cylinder means it is like you are keeping a water bottle in a straight manner. That is your right circular cylinder. If you keep it in a linear way or in an oblique way, then that will not become a right circular cylinder. Okay. So volume of the cylinder is equal to pi r square h. So in the question they have given the circumference, they have given the height, but they have not given the radius. So you can use this formula of circumference is equal to 2 pi r, because this is a circle now. Okay, so this is a circle here. The base will be a circle. So circumference they have given is 528. Here you have 2 into 22 by 7 into r. So with this I can find out r, right? R is equal to 528 into 7 divided by 2 into 22. Right? So I will have 2 ones are, 2 twos are 4, 2 six are 12, 2 fours are 8. Then 2 11s are, 2 ones are, 2 threes are, 2 twos are. 11 ones are, 11 ones are 11, 11 twos are 22. So I will have 12 into 7. So my radius will be equal to 84 centimeter. Okay. So I got radius is equal to 84 centimeter. But if I see the question, the height is in meters. So that's why I convert 84 centimeter into 0.84 meters. What I have to do? I have to do 84 by 100, because 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100 meters. Okay, like this. So I got R now. So I can easily find out the volume of the cylinder. So volume of the cylinder is equal to 22 by 7 into, what is the radius I got? 0.84 meter, right? So this is whole square, height is 2 meter. Now this 0.84 whole square is there, no? So this is more or less is equal to 0.7. You multiply and see, you will get, okay? So volume is equal to 22 by 7 into 0.7 into 2. I am not going for accurate calculation because I have seen the options are far away. So little bit of, if I do approximations, then also I will get the final answer here, right? So 7 ones are 7.1s are. So volume is equal to 22 into 0.2. 44. Here I will have point. So this is my correct answer. This is a approximation. So 4.4 where it is there in option 4 it is there. Okay, clear, right? So how do I do approximation, that I will tell you. See, 0.84 into 0.84 is there, right? So I will write 84 by 100 into 84 by 100. Then I will do some calculation and I will multiply. In that case, approximate value I will get is 0.7. Okay, clear, right? Next, question number 5. The area of a quadrilateral is 227.2 centimeter square and the length of the perpendiculars from the opposite vertices to a diagonal are 7.2 centimeter and 8.8 centimeter. What is the length of the diagonal they are telling? So basically there is one quadrilateral. Okay, so this is the quadrilateral. In that quadrilateral, the area is 227.2 centimeter square. The length of the perpendiculars from the opposite vertices to the diagonal means I have to draw the diagonal and these are the perpendiculars like this. So these are the perpendiculars. Now this line is 7.2 centimeter. This line is 8.8 centimeter. What is the length of the diagonal they are telling? Okay. So let this be A, B, C and D. Okay. So now we have the area of the quadrilateral. But then we will have to find out the areas of the triangles inside, right? In the quadrilateral. So area of quadrilateral ABCD will be equal to area of triangle ABD plus area of triangle BCD, right? Correct, right? But then what is the area of triangle? That is half into base into height, right? So that I will write here. So here they are given in the question, the value is 227.2. In the right hand side for triangle ABD, I will write half into base I will take as BD into height. What is height? They are given 7.2 centimeter. This is height for this triangle. This is height for this triangle. Plus half into for BCD I am telling. Base is again BD only, right? Because common base for both triangles now into they are given height 8.8. Correct? So in the left hand side I have 227.2. In the right hand side I will take half and BD as common. So inside I will have 7.2 plus 8.2. So 227.2 into 2 I will send it here. And inside here I will have 16. I will add 7.2 and 8.8. So with this I will get BD value is equal to 227.2 into 2 divided by 16. Clear, right? So 2 ones are 2 8s are and I will have 8 ones are. I will write it like this here for you. 8 here, 227. I will just take the whole numbers. I will exclude the decimal for instance. So 8 2s are 16. Then I will have 6 6. 8 8s are 64. 3 remaining. So 28 something will be the correct answer here. 28 point something. Right? So which is the option here? Option 3 will be the correct answer here. Okay, clear, right? So this way you should understand the story first. What the story they are telling, they told that there is the area of a quadrilateral, in that the length of the perpendicular from opposite vertices is reaching to the diagonals, and that length also they have given. Then finally they are asking what is the length of the diagonal. You should understand that the length of the diagonal is nothing but the length of the bases of both the triangles, because for both the triangles the base is common, which is BD here. Okay, clear, right? So these were 5 questions of today's class, and each question is very important from TET point of view also, from HSTR, GPSTR and CRIS point of view also. Okay friends. Now take this assignment. See, for first question I am asking you to find out the difference between greatest and smallest angle of the triangle. I am giving you 4:5:9. Then second question, again I am asking how many different triangles can be made. I am giving perimeter 18 centimeter this time. Same lines you have to do which I have taught in the class and tell me what is the correct answer here. Next 3 questions also based on what we have discussed in today's class only. So make sure that you solve all the problems and share your answers in the comment section and in your batch telegram groups. Okay friends, and previous class assignment, this is answers. You can see the answers and you can match it with what you have done. Okay friends, I really hope that you like this class, and I want to remind you all that we will make these classes, the 5 AM challenge classes, only till we get good response. Once we feel that the response is not good, then we will immediately stop making these classes. So please share these classes as much as possible and try to utilize these free classes. Thank you. All the best. Bye.